Hello, traders. It's Forex Evangelist right here. And I believe all of us yesterday saw what happened in Portugal, in Spain yesterday. Okay. So, have you ever wondered, or seen a power outage move the natural gas market before? I know many of you guys have not seen that before, and that is exactly what we are going to be diving in details, in today's video. We are going to be discussing from the fundamental point of view and also technical point of view, because a lot of traders are only familiar with technicals, but here we focus more on what is driving price and not the effect of what price is doing. All right. So yesterday Portugal and Spain went dark, and literally it created a massive opportunity for informed traders. Metros were shut down, airports, paused for a bit. There were no flights that was flying, especially in Lisbon and Porto in Portugal, even in Madrid, right? Even the popular tennis game, the Madrid Open, was paused for some moments. And what happened? Like I said, just the power outage, which hit Spain and Portugal and even some parts of France. So cities like Madrid, like I said, Lisbon, Barcelona, Madrid, all of them lost power. So and everything from elevators, traffic lights, metro systems, even down to hospitals. All right, paused their services, and you could see how like the problem this could have caused if maybe there were no emergency generators or standby power to help power these systems. So there's going to be continuous daily activities and services. So and the cause of this is still unclear. Authorities are still investigating. Some of them are saying it maybe a cyber attack or a failure in the grid, but there has no been response regarding what happened. So, and if we go to the news now, we can see that some part of Portugal, or almost all parts of Portugal, as of the reports this morning, have been restored. Power has been restored in parts of Portugal and Spain, and metro stations, every computers are up and running again. So, and what do we want to do, or what do we want to do in this video? We want to like understand why did the natural gas price skyrocketed so much. You can see technically on the chart, what happened on natural gas, you can see how price went to the upside. All right, you can see the massive move to the upside. These are not just technical moves, these are real fundamental moves. So, what happened? And in case this happens again, because it could happen again, so you know how to take advantage of it and how we took advantage of it here. So, Spain and Portugal, rely heavily on natural gas. They rely about 60 to 40% of natural gas in terms of their energy production. So in this scenario, when the national grid collapses, all right, it's going to cause demand volatility. Let me explain. In the sense that when this electricity goes off, airports, hospitals, traffic lights, everything that is using electricity is definitely going to need alternative source of power. And these alternative source of power are most likely going to come from generators, or standby, energy producing sources. All right. And most of these are, generators or energy producing sources use natural gas. All right. And when this thing happens because of no electricity, most of them may overconsume natural gas, which is going to cause excessive demand of natural gas. And when this thing happens, it's going to cause supply strains. All right, supply is most likely going to be weak. Let me try to explain it as well, because I know that most of us may be confused. What is this guy saying? What does he mean by supply strains? So what I simply mean by that is when that excessive demand is there because of people want natural gas, hospitals is very important for them. You know, they don't want traffic jams. The traffic lights need to be up and running so there won't be traffic jam. All right. So this is going to cause excessive demand when those infrastructures are consuming a lot of gas and energy. So they are most likely going to compete for the little natural gas that is left, in the market, to supply. So when this happens, it becomes the highest bidder. All right. Remember, it was not only maybe Spain that was hit, it was not only Portugal that was hit, and even it even affected some parts of France. Even when you come to Spain, Barcelona was affected, Madrid was affected. 60% of this Spain was affected. So you can see this is a problem. When you come to Portugal, the same thing. So people are going to be competing for the natural gas that is there, just to make sure that services, and daily activities are up and running. So when they compete, because of that, prices is going to skyrocket, because people who have some of the natural gas will be like, okay, since there are less supply and demand is huge, okay, that means we can hike our prices, and anybody who wants to buy will tell you no, it's not available. But if you think you want to buy, we can provide this gas to you, but at a particular or certain amount. So this is just a very simple layman explanation of how I can simply explain that. But you need to understand how to overlay this particular knowledge and information on the chart, and that is the reason why natural gas shot to the upside, went to the upside. And technically, you could see what happened. In as much as prior to to yesterday on Monday when this happened, we have been short on natural gas. If you understand how the commodity market works and natural gas in particular, aside from supply and demand data, weather plays a huge role in natural gas, especially in parts of Europe. All right, during winter, there's a lot of consumption of natural gas. But now, Europe is out of winter and entering, you know, they are close to summer, so the demand for natural gas is going to reduce, and when that happens, supply is going to outpace demand, meaning the people who are supplying this natural gas or producing this natural gas, we'll have more natural gas and there won't be enough buyers to buy them again, right? Because it's no longer cold. People in Europe don't need things like heaters, to heat up their homes and their cars, to stay warm, because the cold season is gradually, going. So this is what is making natural gas price to move, excluding data, because when we go, like here on my Excel sheet, you can see the natural gas data, that we use to understand the supply and demand of natural gas, telling us that there is weak demand. But because of what happened, it spiked demand for natural gas. And because we were aware of that, we were following the updates on the news, on web articles and a lot. So we were able to catch, this opportunity, on time. So uh another tip I'm going to share with you guys is you need to, like I said, monitor real-time global events. All right, you can use alerts. Go to website, like I said, Reuters, Forex Live, on social media. Twitter is a very important and powerful news source when it comes to the financial market. All right, so that is just it. And this kind of thing can happen again. All right, and it tells us, how the European economy depends on gas. All right, how fragile it is. It depends on gas. So meaning when such things happen again, all right, it's going to be a very wonderful, credible, opportunity for us. So I believe I, shared a lot of tips and insights and lessons of how we took advantage of this natural gas. So, and we didn't just take advantage of the natural gas, just looking technically on the chart. Like I said, we employ our technical strategy, when, we saw price, um, after that news, price gave us an impulse here that came in a three-way structure. Here was a correction. All right. And we saw these and we were anticipating, oh, when the news came out, we started assessing, the depth or of the damage, this must have caused. And we saw that it was huge, it pushed almost, the whole activities in the whole of Spain, Portugal, and some parts of France. So this was huge. So we saw that, and technically, like I said, it was giving us a buying opportunity. And when we came to the footprint chart, we also saw volume coming in to support the momentum, of what is happening. So, and that is basically, what happened, on natural gas market yesterday. So, I believe if you're watching this video, you're going to find insights, learn a lot of things from this video. So please don't forget to drop, a comment below, and please also, if you watch our YouTube shorts, and then on TikTok and on Instagram, so you're also going to learn insights on this particular topic. So you can click the link, below in the comment section to visit all our social media handles and learn a lot. We are going to be dissecting a lot of real-time information and market moving information, just like the one you have watched. So thank you very much and see you in my next video. Peace.